Hi everyone and welcome back to today's video. In this video I would like to present you my new car. I bought yet another Nissan Sunny Coupe, and today I would like to quickly show you guys around, show you what's the current status and what I plan to do with it. So you guys might be wondering, why did I buy yet another Nissan Sunny? The reason is I'm currently building this digital cluster conversion project that you might have seen in the last videos, and I need a car where I can test it on. So that's why I bought this one. It was pretty cheap. Problem is it has a blown head gasket, but on these engines it's easy to fix. So my idea is fix up the head gasket, finish the installation of the digital cluster, then put it back to original condition, and then I'm going to sell it again. So I don't plan to keep this car very long. So the car itself is a 1986 model. It's sitting on lowered springs. I think it has some Vitek springs installed. Some 14-inch bore bed wheels that I think don't match very nicely. As you can see around the fenders and doors, it has a lot of places where the rust has started to eat it. They've been fixed with some paint and some parts have been welded, so it's looking pretty dodgy. The paint itself, I look closely, it's not in bad condition, still shines a little bit, but definitely can use a lot of polishing. There's a dent in the roof, hope you can see that one. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to fix that. And besides that, it's a completely stock model, 100% original. Talking about rust, I owned this car 4 years ago and did a lot of welding on it. So at least the rust parts are now in pretty good condition. And the car has received a cavity protection back then, so it should stay in good condition. The rear wheel arch is also looking good. So the rust is mostly on like these exchangeable parts like doors and fenders. They look pretty messed up. Let's have a look at the condition of the interior and see how the car looks like from inside. I bought this car 5 years ago. Back then it had about 180,000 kilometers on the clock and was prepared to get scrapped because of the engine problems and rust. I bought it back then very cheaply, fixed up all the things. After fixing it and driving it for a few years, I decided to sell it. And now I bought it back because now it has a blown head gasket. Now has 280,000 kilometers on the clock. I think this part of the interior is pretty cool. These cassette tray holders, they're like so much 80s. Originally this place should be the ashtray holder, but someone installed these cassette tray holders. I think they fit perfectly for this kind of car. Another fun thing is this normal super switch. When these cars were introduced, not every place on Earth had super fuel available. So Nissan engineers thought to make this selectable. So if you're in a region where there was no super fuel available, you just switch to normal, and this would probably change a few engine parameters, I guess, ignition timing and so on. One cool thing about these Nissan cars is when you want to get in the rear, the seats will automatically slide forward when you put them forward. The rear seats on this Nissan Sunny B12 cars are not very comfortable. I would not recommend here sitting longer than just the average trip to your next sushi place. But if you're ever going to buy a Nissan Sunny car, there's a cool thing that you can do. On each side of the rear seats you have these little boxes that are meant for storing things. The cool thing is, if you want to buy one of these cars, you can check out the condition of the rear body by taking these out, by pushing these little pins here, and then you can remove them. Underneath you can see the condition of the body, of the rocker panels, and up here you can see the rear wheel houses. A completely stock Nissan E16i engine. This one comes with a leaky head gasket, so in the radiator, no water inside. Besides that, some superficial rust here and there. Nothing too extraordinary, but looks a bit ugly. Okay guys, now I have shown you my new Nissan Sunny B12 Coupe. On the next steps I'm going to disassemble the engine, take off the cylinder head and see how to fix the head gasket. And if I'm bored of doing this, I will probably also do some paint cleaning and polishing to bring the paint back to good condition. Hey guys, okay, we made some good progress. The exhaust manifold is removed, timing belt cover is off, and the ignition system is removed. Next step will be to remove the rocker cover, intake manifold, and then take the entire cylinder head off. Okay, time for another update on the Nissan Sunny. I brought the cylinder head to a machining workshop to have it made flat again, and in the meantime I decided to clean a little bit the engine bay, and I'm quite impressed with the results. Have a look yourself. I just cleaned the engine bay for like 60 minutes, but the results look absolutely amazing. Just look at the strut towers and how shiny the blue paint looks again. Almost looks like on a new car. Compared to the misery how it looked like before. Even on the bonnet with a bit of work you can get it shiny again on the inside. So from the engine point of view I didn't fix anything so far. I just disassembled the cylinder head and still waiting to bring it to a workshop to have it like prepared. But I spent the remaining time polishing the car. I would like to share the updates with you. So if we start with the rear, you can see the right side is still dusty and ugly, and the left side is beautifully polished. Most obvious is that the bumpers look so much better now. If you look at the reflection over here, barely none. Then it changes from washed, using of this knete, no idea how to call this in English, and then polished and waxed. So I finished polishing the left side of the quarter panel, half of the rear hatch, and the paint just feels super smooth. There are a few things that you usually see only after polishing, like some surface damage to the paint, like over here. One thing I'm really a bit unhappy about is over here there was some bird poo which started to which damaged the paint. You can see this is something that I will not be able to remove anymore. It looks very ugly. Yeah, the clear coat will start to peel off if I rub too strongly. So I decided to stop there and just see what I can do. Some other paint damage over here, the white chips from the base coat are visible. But in general, the paint still shines super nice after polishing it. It has a few rust spots over here and there, as you can see there. And it looks worse the further down you go to the car. So for example, over here on the bottom side of the quarter panel, like there's this huge rust spot there, like about 5 millimeters in diameter. Yeah, some very small rust spots here and there that don't go away with polishing. For this I still have to find a solution how to do this. Still, after polishing it, just compare the reflection from the polished part to the part which has not been polished. It just looks amazing, so much better. Yeah, I guess you can tell from the picture which part has been polished and which is still unpolished. I guess if you would fit that car with like colored bumpers or like even a body kit, it would look super awesome. So these parts I didn't do anything yet except for the bonnet. For the bonnet I did it the same way. Left part is still unchanged, right side is polished already. The frustrating thing about polishing this car is like that once you start polishing it you see all the damage that the paint has. For example, over here, I don't even know what it is. It's like not really scratches, just that the color of the paint has changed, and a lot of these white spots where you see the base coat. But the shininess is amazing, and the way how the paint feels is super nice, so smooth, like on a brand new car. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you liked this video and keep you updated. Thanks, bye!